Hi, welcome. Happy 2026. I am back home in London and there's a cold snap, so I am freezing my butt off, which is why I have a cup of tea and I have a hot water bottle and I'm wearing two jumpers and a scarf. But having said that, London is so beautiful right now. The sun is shining and there's just a great energy of newness in the air. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about 2026's ins and outs and also my favorites of 2025. Grab a cup of tea, sit down with me and enjoy. So I'm thinking I'll start with the ins and the outs just to kind of set the mood for this video and for 2026. I actually found it a lot easier to think of ins than outs. Like, I have so many ins, I had to really call my list. I don't know if it's because I'm just a really positive person or what. Or I think actually what it is that whenever something is like out in my life, I just cut it out. I think I'm good at cutting things out when I'm done with them. So it was hard for me to think of things that I don't want to be doing that I'm still doing now. Okay. In. Bobs are in, guys. They are just in. Like, actually no explanation needed. Bobs are in. Next, sweet treats. Okay, there'll be people who have sweet treats on their out. I think you'll hear that a lot, but sweet treats are always in my in list in a really big way. Okay, I am all about the sweet treats. I mean, this is what I have for my cup of tea. Next, fantasy books and mood reading. I'm going to be reading a lot more fantasy books this year. To be fair, I read a lot of fantasy books last year, 2025, but still, I'm still in fantasy books. And mood reading. I think before 2025, I love to read, but I wasn't a quick reader. It took me a long time. And I think it's because I wasn't reading the right books for the right time. I was finding books that I like the sound of and then like making myself read them then. Whereas this year or last year, I've been doing a lot of reading whatever feels right in the moment, and that's really helped me. So I'm going to continue to mood read all through 2026. Next in is mismatched bedding. I don't do this yet, but I really want to. It's because we only have 2 sets of sheets. 3? Well, 2.5. So I want to buy more sets of sheets, fun, like gingham and stripes, etc., and mismatch them. I think that is so fun. Charity shopping in new places. And I don't mean new shops, I mean new areas. So whenever I go anywhere, new cities, new towns, anywhere at all, go charity shopping there, because I just feel like you find all types of treasures. When I'm in Dublin, I charity shop. I was just back home in Gran Canaria and I charity shopped. Paris, I went to the charity shops. I didn't go in Edinburgh, but next time I'm there 100%. And also when I go back to Kieran's hometown, the charity shops there are so good. Like, compared to London, they're just so good. So definitely charity shopping in every place I go to. That's going to be a priority. Next in is junk journaling. I haven't done this yet. It's one of my New Year resolutions. It's one of my New Year resolutions is to junk journal. Never done it before. I think it'll be fun. I have started collecting for junk journaling, so I have a big bucket of stuff, but I just haven't actually done it yet. But that is definitely in for me. And anything crafty continues to be in for me all the time. I just love it. I actually did a lot of felt stuff for Christmas this year, so I haven't written this down, but felt crafting is in. And then actually, hand in hand with that, craft nights, so in this year. Craft nights, craft days, so in for 2026, as well as just girl nights, so in. I'm really into the idea of having like themed girl nights, like having my girlfriends over for specific things. I've seen some fun ideas on Pinterest and TikTok, and I have some of my own ideas, so I really want to incorporate those into my life. Like, hosting is in. That's another one I'm going to write down. Hosting. Again, it's kind of one that I have in all the time. It's not really a 2026 thing, but it is definitely in for 2026 in a big way. I want to do a lot more hosting. Right, last two. First, candlelight. Candlelight is in for me. I want to have candles on all the time. Not necessarily scented candles, just candles. I have a bunch of candle holders in my house. Like, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 candles, like tall candles, right now staring at me that are not lit, but they're looking at me, as well as little candles. I have also a lot of scented candles that have come in really cute little things, so I've just put tea lights in them once it's been finished, which is really fun. So candle light for me is in this year. Just think It's moody, it's cozy, it's gorgeous. Okay, last one, sharing my feelings. It's a little bit different to the rest of them, but it is something that is in for me this year, is to be more vulnerable and share my feelings more often. Right, that is everything that is in. Cup of tea break. On to my outs. First out, embarrassment. That is out for me in 2026. I felt it way too much in my life, and I do feel like 2025 did all the groundwork for embarrassment being out in 2026, because obviously starting posting on YouTube, other things like that, there was a lot of embarrassment there, but I pushed through it. In 2026, I'm fully taking it outside. I'm not interested in youth embarrassment. Thank you, goodbye. Next, having things in my wardrobe I don't wear. I'm not the worst at this. Like, I've become so good at shopping and only buying things that I truly love and truly will get use out of and truly wear. The only times that things don't go this way is charity shopping sometimes. Sometimes charity shopping can be very overwhelming and you can lose your personal style for half a minute, and next thing you know, you're buying something you would never ordinarily buy. So that happens sometimes. And it might only be 5 items in my wardrobe, maybe even less, but those 5 need to be worn or given away. I can't be having things in my wardrobe that I'm not going to wear. Obviously, there's some things I don't wear daily in my wardrobe, like fancy dresses and stuff. That not fancy dresses and dressing up, but like really fancy dresses. But that's fine, because I'll wear them to weddings or to whatever. But things that I could be wearing that I'm not wearing, that is out for me in 2026. I think what I'm going to do is make a pile in my wardrobe of these things and then give myself a time limit if I don't wear them by August, because some of them are summer clothes, then I'm getting rid of them or whatever, something like that. Next, my outs are so much deeper than my ins. Feeling like I'm not living my life to the fullest. This is like a root of, maybe not anxiety, but like worry for me. And it always has been. As a teenager, when I was in my early 20s, now in my mid 20s, always worrying that I am not taking full advantage of the stage of life that I'm in, and thinking I'm just not living it the way I'm supposed to be living it. That's out for me. That's just out, because what's the point? So I don't have a plan of how I'm going to get it out. So we'll see. But I just know I want it to be out. Goodbye. Not getting dressed in a cute outfit every day, except when it's cold. So obviously right now it's so cold. Sometimes you just put on tracker bottoms and an ugly jumper and you wrap different layers on, and it's just like, what's the point of wearing something cute? Because you have to be warm. But except for the cold months, except for the very, very cold months, I want to be dressing in something cute every day, especially in summer, spring, and early autumn. I need to be wearing a cute ass outfit every day because I have some cute ass clothes and I need to be taking advantage of that. Hand in hand with that, another out, heating bills. They're just out. Next out, cluttered inboxes. I hate to say it. I hate to say it because I have lived a lot of my life with my inbox on 0. My inbox right now is like 1,500. And my last out is champagne prosecco cava. I don't like it. I don't like it. But people always order it, or like at occasions, and then, oh, let's have prosecco, let's have cava, and everyone's having some, so I'm like, oh, I'll have some. I just don't like it. Why am I having it? That's out for me. No, thank you. Right. Moving on to 2025 favorites. It was a really good year. And actually, this list might be a little bit too long. Oh well. So, for music, I have 4 albums. Who's the Clown Now by Audrey Hobart. That name. I've filmed this like 4 times. I'm not doing it again. You got it. I love that album. Oh, I feel like with lots of other girly, poppy girlies, I find bits to relate to. But with Audrey's album, I just felt so with it. I just love it. And it's fun, and it's funny, and it's silly, and it's hot, and it's just, I just loved it. The other one is Halcyon by Kingfisher. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's just an amazing album. I just loved it. I listened to it so much in spring. It was just perfect for spring. So that was a yes. Then Royal Otis's new album. What's it called? Kieran gave it to me in cassette. It's Hickey by Royal Otis. Such a good album. It was just a fun cassette. And then The Art of Loving by Olivia Dean. Fantastic. Just such a beautiful album. She's so talented. Every time I see her just get bigger and bigger, it makes me so happy. I just love her so much. Also, another mention is Rosalia's new album. So incredible what she's managed to do. How just her talent is just, there's no words. She's just unbelievable. In terms of books, I have a lot. The Harry Potter series, all of it. I particularly loved Goblet of Fire, which is actually probably my least favorite movie. So that's really crazy that's one of my favorite books from the series. But I just loved the Harry Potter series. If you've never read it, or if you read it a long time ago, I highly recommend you reread it, or you read it for the first time. What a gripping, beautiful world. I'm now on the last book. I'm about 50 pages in. Just insanely gripped. Next, Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. Such a good book. That's one of my highlights of the year. Unbelievable. Kieran gave it to me for Christmas last year. So good. I just loved it. I loved the way it was written. I loved the story. It was just a story of this kid growing up in the Appalachian Mountains, but it's really tragic, but really beautiful, funny at times. Anyone who I know who's read it has inhaled it and loved it, so highly recommend. Mouthing, that's another one I really loved this year by Orla. The name will be up here. Orla something, an Irish author. It's a collection of kind of short stories that are all sort of interconnected into a town in rural Ireland. It's just classic Irish tragedies, like just Irish stories that are funny and heartwarming, but also so sad and so like deeply rooted in tragedy. Sounds so horrible, but beautiful book. Also Irish, Calla. Loved Calla. Who wrote Calla? It's gonna annoy me, I'll think of it later. Calla by this author. Loved this year. Loved it. Read it, I think in like April, May. Irish kind of thriller, really fast moving, really interesting. Loved it. And last Irish one is The Murder in the Tea Shop. A bit different. My brother gave me this for Christmas and I loved it. It's written like a documentary. So it's a story of a Irish kind of aristocrat that loses all his money, and in a plot to get his money goes on this like murdering rampage. But he's also friends with the Attorney General, so he has a relationship with the Taoiseach, and it involves Irish politics in the 80s, as well as this story. And it's told in such a gripping way. I was really, really surprised by it, like pleasantly surprised. I knew I would find the story interesting, but I wasn't sure how it'd be told, if it would feel really heavy or really kind of factual, whatever. No, it was like listening to a podcast or a documentary. So good. And then finally, another one I've been loving this year, well, at the beginning of the year, it was the ACOTAR series. Which one was I reading? I read the second. I was reading the second one right before Christmas. And so then I read the rest of them in the new year, and I was just gripped. I'd read the first one 2 years ago and kind of gone, not really for me. And then I read the second one in December last year because a friend of mine was like, okay, you got to keep giving it a go. And for the majority of it, I was like, still not for me. Those last 100 pages changed me. And I need to feel that way again. I am starting the Crescent City series as soon as possible this year when I finish Harry Potter. So maybe that will make me feel that way a little bit. So now for clothes favorites. So I have my pile right beside me. One of my absolute favorites this summer was this Damson Matter dress. Also skirt, also like long top if you want it to be. I loved this. I just loved it. I still love it. I just think the yellow, the polka dots, you can't go wrong. And I wore this to death, and I will continue to wear it to death this summer. As soon as it's warm enough, this will be back on my body. Another thing I loved this summer a lot, even though they're a little bit older, so I've also loved them in summer 2024, were these cotton linen trousers from Zara Home. I'm pretty sure they're pajama bottoms, but they have these lovely embroideries all along the flowers of a little sun. The back pocket has a sun on it too. And I wear these to death. They are my favorite. And anyone who asks me about them, I tell them, go to Zara Home, look at their pajama bottoms and wear those. The first thing I thought of when I was making this list of clothes favorites were these trousers. They're from a Spanish brand called La Gamme. And I just love them. I found them on Pinterest probably this time last year. I think it was winter time. At the time, they made like a low waist version of them, and that made me not pull the trigger because I just didn't think I would like them that much in a low waist version. Or I think they looked online more low waisted than what they have now. And then in the summertime, I checked again after a while and I thought they looked high waisted to me, or like mid waisted. So I ordered them to Ireland because of the whole Brexit situation, and I just love them. I don't think it gets better than these trousers. I'm obsessed with these trousers. Like, they are the most me trousers I can think of. I adore them, and I love this brand. This cardigan that was randomly a Zara Disney collab. It's 100% wool, so even though it's very thin, it's so warm, and I just love the striped color combination. This year for me, another in is color and patterns. I've always loved color in my wardrobe, but I definitely went through some years where I wasn't sure how to do it. And this year, in 2025, I've dabbled more. In 2026, I think it's going to be my year of color. So this, for me, is just perfect. I love this cardigan. The beginning of making these videos on YouTube, I was wearing this nearly in every video. Another one I loved is this red scarf from Colourful Standard. I bought it in one of the boutiques in Angel, and I just love it. It's 100% wool. It's so warm. It's so fabulous. I love red. I actually have the matching hat too, which is very, very cute. I probably should get the gloves actually. So I'm fully kitted out. Another accessory I loved this year is this bag by Sid's Line. I found her on Instagram through a reel of a friend of hers wearing it and someone asking her in the street where her bag was from. And I really needed a standard everyday black bag, so I found this on her website and snapped it up, and it's one of my favorites. She makes the bag out of old Levi jeans, so it's totally sustainable. And actually over the summer, the zip broke, and I reached out to her, and she was so lovely, and she let me send it over to her, and she fixed the zip, and it's as good as new now. So I love it. And then I have a couple shoes. These were purchased from 2024. So they were a favorite then, but they're still a favorite this year. I have worn these to death. And they still look so good. It's shocking to me how good they look after this much wear. I take them on every trip with me. I wear them with everything. I love them. I really want to get myself another colorway of these shoes because they're so comfortable. They're so durable. They're so cool. And I just love them. I'm thinking the red or the pink. I think maybe the red. They're just fabulous. And I actually get a lot of questions about these shoes. So if you're ever interested in getting yourself a pair of ballet flats, get them from Circus NY. I got them through Free People, I think. I think Anthropologie also used to sell this type, but I think now it's just Free People. So there you go. Then we have these shoes. I had wanted a pair of the Dico boots, and I just couldn't afford them because they were like 300 euro or something. And then after some searching, I found these from Office or Shoe. I feel like these were Shoe, not Office. I'm gonna look it up, and they're just exactly what I wanted, and I have worn these to death. I will continue to wear them to death. And then the other thing were these wellies from Regatta. I got on sale at the beginning of this year, and I wore them so much in spring when I was spending a lot of time in Kieran's hometown. We were going for country walks, and I've just loved them. These have been a win for me. So comfy, so cute. For food, I wrote down Guinness chocolate cake, the Hummingbird Bakery recipe. I made it so much this year. Another food favorite is the Noops White Hot Chocolate. I don't like normal hot chocolate, but I do like white hot chocolate. But it isn't something I've had in the last couple of years until Kieran and I went to Edinburgh and we were walking through, it's not Princess Street, that like Diagon Alley one. We saw a Noops, and I think it's pronounced Noops. And we ran in and he got the orange hot chocolate and I got the white hot chocolate, and it was so good. That has been a winter favorite and I will carry that with me into 2026. And the last one is the Gale's rosemary and potato sourdough. Wow, that's delicious. Right, then we're going to like miscellaneous things I like. So last category. First of all, this journal. It's from, where are you from? Duffy Bookbinders in Dublin. It's hand bound and it is just the loveliest journal. I even got my sister one in orange for Christmas. I bought it in a shop called Article in Paris Court Shopping Centre in Dublin town. This is actually the second one I own. So I've repurchased it. Just love it. Therapy. Therapy's been a favorite of this year. I started it this year back in May and I love it. Right, skincare. I switched up my skincare this year. I have been using the La Roche-Posay Effaclar blue face wash for like a decade. Maybe not a decade, but almost. And this year I have switched it up and I have gone for gentle hydration for my skin. I decided I didn't need stripping anti-acne face wash anymore. And I switched to the La Roche-Posay Lipicard Cleansing Oil and I love it. The smell is a little gross. Oh my God, what's happening back here? How long has that been happening for? Okay, so yeah, I love this face wash. The smell is a little, but you get used to it. And it takes off all my makeup. It's really gentle on my skin. It does make it feel so clean, but not stripped at all. So I do love it. And I've been matching that with the Cicaplast moisturizer. I did a lot of research about whether or not this was okay to put on your skin as a daily moisturizer because it's quite heavy. But I knew people who were doing it. So I thought, let me just give it a go. And I've been doing it and I've been loving it. I wear it morning and evening. I have wondered about wearing this only in the evening and having a different one in the morning, a lighter moisturizer. But so far I haven't had any problems. So especially in the winter, I think it's really nice to have a heavy moisturizer just to really lock that in. So far I've been loving. Both are basically empty, so I need to repurchase soon. But I've loved that switch in my skincare. Similarly with makeup, I'm a person that does basically the same makeup every day. Well, I don't wear makeup every day, but whenever I do wear makeup, I wear the same thing every day. Whether I'm going to work, whether I'm filming a video, whether I'm going to a wedding, I do the same thing every day. But I do have a routine that works for me and that I like, and that is very much riding on the Sculpted by Amy bases that I wear. I wear the Rose Golden Moisturizing Primer, and then I use the Hydra Tinted Serum as kind of my foundation, and I love this duo. Love, love, love. I've repurchased twice. I will continue to repurchase. I love these and they last me a very long time, so that is a win. Other favorites, Paris and Edinburgh. Just as places. There are two cities I visited this year, Paris in April, Edinburgh in November, and I loved them. I want to live in both of those cities. Paris was so cool. Just the joy and inner peace that I felt sitting on a bar along the Seine, reading my book and sipping an Aperol Spritz was one of the highlights of my year. Unbelievable, unbelievable, unbelievable. I have to go back in 2026. I just don't know when, but I have to go back. Edinburgh, I went to in November with Kieran. Loved it. I want to live there. It was so beautiful. So beautiful. We had the best 48 hours. Lannon Bakery, oh my God. Country walks. That was a big favorite of mine in the beginning of the year, or the second quarter of the year. I loved that. When I was living in Kent for a bit, country walks were just a highlight of my life. I used to do them every day, my lunch break or after work. I just loved them and I really miss them living in London. If I could have a little portal in my house as a door and you open into the English countryside, or better yet the Irish countryside, I would have it. I just would love it. It was just brought me so much joy. The last one is crocheting, another kind of new thing. Carly, a friend of mine, taught me right before I went away for Christmas, so late November, and I was so busy with like having to hand make presents and do things that I didn't have that much time to crochet. I think I did this all within 3 days and then I had to stop. But I'm back now. I didn't take it with me to Gran Canaria because I wasn't sure I would even get time. I'm back now and I'll be crocheting. That was a favorite. I loved it. And that's my list. That is everything I have written down as my 2025 favorites and my 2026 ins and outs. I feel like it's going to be a really great year. I have really good feelings about 2026. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed. And I will catch you again next week. Thank you so much for your support in 2025. 2025 will forever be the year that I started making YouTube videos. And I'm very proud of myself for that. So thank you for being here. Bye bye.